one who used a vibrator on the Indian silver screen for the first time. Twitterati trolls her every time she gets vocal. But she is not the one to shut up.
If you had not been so vocal, if you had not been so opinionated, you would have got more work. I'm a bit tired with this whole, Twitter game and this whole trolling and this, it's just exhausting. And what is more exhausting is explaining to people and answering the question, "Kyun karti hai yaar tu?" What? You don't smoke? यार तू तो ऐसी लगती है कि तू शराब गांजा सिगरेट सब पीती होगी. I was like, इसका क्या मतलब होता है? What is ऐसी लगती है? I mean,
she is who she is. Our hot stepper, Swara Bhasker.
The story of my life and career is basically losing work and losing endorsements and roles because I'm controversial. So I've accepted that now. I think I kind of knew that might happen. I didn't know it would happen at such a scale, and that our industry is so perception driven that people will not look beyond the perception of, oh my god, her Twitter. The thing I think about most and that people often ask me is that, if you had spoken less, if you had not been so vocal, if you had not been so opinionated, you would have got more work. And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe. But then I wouldn't be this actor. I wouldn't have done these films. A person who is scared to speak out, that fear is part of their personality and their decision making. So that person who is scared would not have done Veeredi Wedding, would not have done Anarkali Ovara, would not have done Nil Bate Sanata, would not have done, Ras Bhari Your Flesh. I don't say things because someone's asking me to say them. I don't say things because I'm being paid for it. I say things because I believe in it. And when you believe in something, you're willing to, you're willing to suffer a little bit, you're willing to fight for it. So we're not a society that wants to listen to people. We don't respect people's opinion. We are literally a society that is sending people to jail for their tweets. I'm a bit tired with this whole, Twitter game and this whole trolling and this, it's just exhausting. And what is more exhausting is explaining to people and answering the question, "Kyun karti hai yaar tu? Kyun karti hai? Mat karna, nahi bolna, thoda chup ho jana." I'm just I'm like, yeah, fine, man. And then if you don't say anything, like, yaar, tumne kuch bola nahi. Iske upar, "Arey, you are very silent. You have not said anything." I'm like, oh yeah, you guys made me shut up. So it's I feel like there's no winning this game. If you don't say anything, they'll be like, "Oh, she doesn't say anything." If you say something, they're gonna be like, that's fine. If you are a star kid, you get opportunities that you would not get as an outsider. It took me 10 years from my first breakout film, which was in 2011, Tanu as Manu. I did my first Vogue cover in 2021. There are star kids who have been on the covers of magazines just for being star kids. So yeah, for sure. I mean, there is a certain kind of access, a certain kind of opportunities, a certain kind of a launch that a star child will get. I mean, a person like me could never have dreamt to be launched, in front of one of the superstars. The star children enter with the assumption that they will be heroes and heroines. People like me enter as supporting cast. I often say this to friends and colleagues, I've earned every close-up of mine. I didn't have this when I came to the industry. I literally have it now because I am deemed important enough on a set. I knew it was shocking and I knew it would be controversial, which it was. I asked for this role precisely because when I read that, I was like, oh my god, can I pull this off? This is a challenge for me. I didn't realize that it would be the thing that would define my life forever and ever and ever. And I've written that Twitter bio only because that's really the summary of what people keep trolling me about. That's what my bio is. That it's not my description, it's the world's description of me. I think it's important for women to be able to be free with their bodies, to know their bodies, and to experience pleasure. Let's start there. How they do it, it should be up to each person. So if there are people who can express their own desires, and if they can express their needs, and if they can find pleasure in some other way, go ahead. If there are people who want to do that by pleasuring themselves, then they should have the right to do it. And honestly, like it's like the most normal, natural like thing in the world. Daru sutta ganja. I don't smoke, but I've had to learn how to smoke for my roles. So this is very interesting. I remember, and there's also a stereotype. I remember in Tanu Weds Manu, when I had to do a scene where the two characters are smoking a joint. And when that scene was being set up, I was like, well, hello, can someone teach me how to smoke? Because I don't know how to smoke. And a bunch of the people on direction team were like, what? You don't smoke? यार तू तो ऐसी लगती है कि तू शराब गांजा सिगरेट सब पीती होगी. I was like, इसका क्या मतलब होता है? What is ऐसी लगती है? I mean, they were like, no, मतलब तुम दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की. I was like, हाँ तो? They were like, नहीं तुम मिरांडा हाउस की. I was like, हाँ तो? क्या मिरांडा हाउस में सारे लोग बस ये करते हैं? So they were like, no, we thought. I was like, no, that's a stereotype. I feel like nobody actually understands or knows what feminism is. Maybe even I don't. And I feel but we are using the term and now it's become cool or not cool. तो जो गालियाँ दे रहे हैं feminist को वो भी नहीं समझ रहे feminism क्या है. जो बोल रहे हैं कि हम feminist हैं वो भी नहीं समझ रहे. Like I don't know what's going on. To understand what feminism is, let's understand what patriarchy is. Patriarchy is a culture and it is an ideology that has treated women as less equal than men. And it has institutionalized that inequality in thought, in law, in practice, in culture, in religion, in every way. So it's institutionalized the inequality in our daily habits. I came to a point where I didn't want to have to wait for the right man to show up to have a family and to have children. Because I can't control that. I don't know if there is going to be a right man or if any man is going to come along or any partner is going to come along. I cannot predict that with surety. And I don't want to have to marry someone just to have a child. So you're in a loveless relationship. So I am on the Kara list. It's called PAP, Prospective Adoptive Parent. So I'm on that list. And I've also frozen my eggs. And so I can potentially explore the option of having an IVF baby with an anonymous sperm donor from wiki donor types. I'm a mental health wreck. I'm always I feel like I'm always half an hour away from a breakdown. I didn't realize, let's start there. I didn't realize what a toll it takes. Because when you're in the middle of it, and I've been in the middle of it for the last 8 years, you just spend all your time trying to deal and trying to manage, right? एक controversy हो गई, एक trend हो गया, अरे पुलिस केस हो गया, FIR हो गई, वो पुलिस को security देनी पड़ रही है आपको, या death threat आ गया. So you're just all the time dealing. For the last 2.5 years, I've been doing therapy very regularly, and I think I recommend it to everyone who has the access and the opportunity. I think we all need therapy. It's not कि आप पागल हैं. No, it's not that. Like, how we pay attention to our bodies, how we go for checkups, how we have multivitamins, so on. So your mind also needs a little attention. That's really what therapy is. So it's been great for me, and I feel I'm coping better with everything that life brings, thanks to therapy. Listening to Pasuri these days by Ali Sethi and Shay Gill. So I like that song a lot. I'm not a great singer. Aglawa majboori no aan jaan di pasuri no zehar bane haan teri pee jawa main puri no. Very unhealthy thing. The first thing that I do when I wake up is I half open my eyes, I'm drinking tea. Because I don't wake up till someone doesn't put a cup of tea next to me. That's how spoiled I am. Hasn't happened yet for me. I mean, I've had a drink with Karan Johar, I think, at some party, but I haven't had coffee with Karan yet. So, I think, of course, the one dialogue which is like the most classic, it's a Bollywood dialogue, is Mere Paas Maa Hai, from Diwar. And the other one I love is कि मैं आज भी फेंके हुए पैसे नहीं उठाता. I have a theory about beauty. If you stare at someone's face long enough, you'll start finding it pretty. It has nothing to do with how people actually look. My dream life is a life where I'm not khawing gali every single day. Yeah, and well, I guess a partner in my dream life. Yeah, okay. Ooh. I don't know. When are you guys gonna vote for me? I'll be in Parliament the day all of y'all vote for me. What? No. I am very, not a reptile person at all. No, I get very scared. I'm a fattu, by the way. Nahi hai na? Hi, this is your Hautesteppers Swara Bhasker. I hope all of you had fun watching this interview as much as we had doing it, because a lot happened behind the scenes. If you did have fun, please like, share and subscribe to Hauterrfly. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pick. Peter Piper picked a peck. Peter Piper picked a peck. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying yourself now finally? Peter Piper picked a peck of fuck. Peter Piper picked a fucking peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? Fuck Peter Piper. Alright? Fuck him.